Humans are a cultural species. Although some other species are capable of learning from others, humans are unique in the way that cultural learning accumulates over time. What do anthropologists mean by the term culture? Generally, culture refers to traditional, that is, passed down from generation to generation, ideas and values transmitted to members of the group by symbols, such as language. These ideas and values then serve as the basis for patterns of behavior. Ethnocentrism tends to influence our understanding of human sexual behavior. Most of us have had experience with sexuality in one culture, and we tend to view our sexual behavior as the only pattern in existence, and certainly as the only natural pattern. But anthropologists have discovered that there are wide variations in sexual behavior and attitudes from one culture to the next. Considering these variations should help us put our own sexual behavior in perspective. The major generalization that emerges from cross-cultural studies is that all societies regulate sexual behavior in some way. Though the exact regulations vary greatly from one culture to the next, apparently, no society has seen fit to leave sexuality totally unregulated. As an example, incest taboos are nearly universal. Sex is regulated in that intercourse between blood relatives is prohibited. Most societies also condemned forced sexual relations, such as rape. Beyond this generalization, though, regulations will vary greatly from one society to the next, and sexual behavior and attitudes vary correspondingly. Let us review variations in sexual techniques. Kissing is one of the most common sexual technique in our culture. It is also very common in most other societies. There are a few societies, though, in which kissing is unknown. Cunnilingus, mouth stimulation of the female genitals, is fairly common in our society, and it occurs in a few other societies as well, especially in the South Pacific. A particularly interesting variation is reported there, where the man places a fish in the woman's vulva and then gradually licks it out prior to having sex. Inflicting pain on a partner is also a part of the sexual technique in some societies. The frequency of intercourse for married couples varies considerably from one culture to the next. Very few societies encourage people to engage in sexual intercourse at particular times. Instead, most groups have restrictions that forbid intercourse at certain times or in certain situations. For example, almost every society has a postpartum sex taboo. That is, no sexual intercourse for a period of time after a woman has given birth, with the taboo lasting from a few days to more than a year. Attitude towards masturbation or sexual self-stimulation of the genitals vary widely across cultures. Some societies tolerate or even encourage masturbation during childhood and adolescence, whereas others condemn the practice at any age. Almost all human societies express some disapproval of adult masturbation, ranging from mild ridicule to severe punishment. However, at least some adults in all societies appear to practice it. Societies differ considerably in their rules regarding premarital sex. At one extreme, as seen in Eastern Polynesia, both boys and girls in that culture have participated in a wide range of sexual experiences before puberty. Extramarital sex is complex and conflicted for most cultures. Extramarital sex ranks second only to incest as the most strictly prohibited type of sexual contact. One study found that it is forbidden for both partners in 74% of the cultures surveyed. A wide range of attitudes towards same-gender sexual expression that many in the United States call homosexuality exists in various cultures. At one extreme are societies that strongly disapprove of same-gender sexual behavior for people at any age. In contrast, some societies tolerate the behavior for children but disapprove it in adults. Still, other societies actively encourage all their male members to engage in some same-gender sexual behavior, usually in conjunction with puberty rites. While there is wide variations in attitude towards homosexuality and in same-gender sexual behavior, two general rules do seem to emerge. One, no matter how a particular society treats homosexuality, the behavior always occurs in at least some individuals. That is, same-gender sexuality is found universally in all societies. And two, same-gender sexual behavior is never the predominant form of sexual behavior for adults in any of the societies studied. In the United States and other Western nations, we hold an unquestioned assumption that people have a sexual identity, whether gay, lesbian, bisexual, or heterosexual. Yet, sexual identity as an unwavering, lifelong characteristic of the self is unknown or rare in some cultures. In those cultures, the self and individualism so prominent in American culture are downplayed. Instead, a person is defined in relation to others, and behavior is seen as much more the product of the situation than the lifelong personality traits. In such a culture, having a gay identity just doesn't compute. Sex with same-gender partners is discussed in detail in another lecture.